Yeah, this is something that I would love to show to people that are following us, or I would love to show them behind the scenes, behind how do we really feel as artists, and because they have no idea, they see us perform and they feel our presence, and then maybe they follow us, but it's not the same, or it's...
There are a million things
So many things, so I mean, I really love the purpose of us starting doing this to really show what's really life as an artist,
but
traveling
also as just a normal human being, that it's real and that feels and that it's lost half of the time on this planet, like everyone else, I think.
Yeah.
Which was your best moment of the tour? I'm just gonna go fully in.
My best moment of the tour was for sure the ecstatic dance that we did at the festival, Ecstatic Dance Festival Holland. That was for me the highlight. It was so magical because there were so many people and so many people were open. It was the closing, so it was on Sunday morning. It was the last ecstatic dance of the festival. And just after 5 days of workshops that everyone did, everyone was so open, and also there was a closing ceremony before the dance. I really love this concept, by the way. Normally there's a closing ceremony after, where they gather together and sing songs, but now it was before, and then it was really lovely to flow into the dance. So they were completely warmed up. They were already super open from the whole week. And then just, standing there, playing with you, and at the end just gave me so much joy, and it felt for me like that was the best. It was for me the highlight on ecstatic dance. All the ecstatic dances that I did, or that we did, like before you as well, when I was DJing alone, before we met. This was really the highlight. Also, the amount of people. Not that it's super important, because I love small groups as well, but it just amplifies everything. The good sound as well. There was a very good sound. How I recognize that it's really good for me is when I'm nourished after. And I was really the whole day, like, so you remember? Or like I was the whole day super hyped and happy, and
we still had a lot to do after. We had to pack, and then we had to drive, I think, 2 hours after.
To Belgium, and I felt also very much seen, like the trust as well that the organization was giving us to do the closing. And I felt in my full power. What was for you the highlight of the tour?
Also the same moment. The whole dance was really amazing. Like to see how the people pick up and really go into it was really cool. But then the real highlight for me was the moment where I then, in the middle of the set, where I did the voice channeling. That was so strong, with I don't know how many people, 200 or... And we did that for the first time, I think, that we introduced it like this. So we were building it up, the set. And then, like, on a super high point, you just stopped, and then there was silence. And then I just came in with my voice. And that was so strong. It was really intense for me. It was really cool. That was really cool. And then to see the people stand there and like, oh my God, what is this? Or some were crying, or some were coming afterwards and even bowing. Or
Yeah, that was one woman. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very strong. But just that moment to really fully have the space, even if it was just 1 or 2 minutes of pure transmission, that was so strong. It was, yeah, and that actually makes me realize even more what I'm here for. That it's enough for me to just be 1 or 2 minutes and give the full transmission, because it's so intense and so powerful. That's really cool.
We never did that before, but it's really powerful.
Yeah.
Because we're actually creating like, we're doing a building up to a very strong point, and then the sudden drop is like, yeah, people are very open in that moment. Their heart is like raising and pumping, and they feel their blood and like, whoa, and like this energy.
And it's preparing them actually to let in what comes after. Like it comes like this in.
Yeah, just penetrate and because they're completely open.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's really, it's really amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it just feels very natural in this way.
Yeah, it's a completely different energy in that point than when we do the live improvisation afterwards. Because that's also what we do then. We improvise after the set as well. But it's a very different energy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel more that they then, in the end, because it's really the end of the journey, so they are then like really like completely emotional, and it triggers then the emotions, or it makes them, for me it feels like it makes them really crack open, but in an emotional way. And like in the middle part, it has a different energy. It's also like the way I sing is they're completely different. It's like, I don't know, it's like this archaic, this very ancient, strong, powerful thing that is more like a really like an initiation, and like it shakes them to the core. That's what I feel. And in the end, it's like really makes them like, oh, like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, how would you describe it?
Yes, the part where you only sing is more like it's still in the body, but it's more like an out of the body experience. It's like a bit bliss, like a bit, and at the end it's more like a bath. Like,
like something soft and giving them.
Yeah, like what you call emotions, because I think definitely the middle part where you sing alone can also do a lot, and they feel things, or like, like I think it's also related to emotions, but it's like more, like
it's shaking them up more.
It's more like an outwards. I don't know, like, and at the end, it's more emotional. Also with the melodies or the piano or it's it's in a different way touching them.
Yeah. And what was also really nice, and especially that set, is that I had there, I think the first time I had some influence on the set. I was giving some input of which songs, and we were kind of shaping it a bit together. So that was actually really nice. I enjoyed that. And I really loved the set as well.
Yeah, because normally I don't, it's not allowing, but there's a part of it I don't allow fully, like, to make the set together, because I'm so used to making it alone, like for the last 6 years. And also, this is it. I feel a bit like, this is my part, you do the singing and the channeling in that moment, and my part is like the dance. And but this time when we did it together, it was actually surprisingly, I was very relaxed, very calm with your input, and because normally I'm like, yeah, that doesn't fit. The reason why is I'm thinking like it's not so easy to mix these things and with the keys and you have an idea, oh, that's a nice song, but then like it doesn't fit somewhere because of the tempo, because of the vibe, because like, and that's why I'm like a bit no, I will do the set, but surprisingly it really worked out very well. And I also noticed again that it's super important for me to prepare the set the day or 2 days before the actual dance. Because when you prepare it more beforehand, there's a different energy, a different vibe. And now we were there for 3-4 days at the festival, and then we felt the space more, and then the inspiration will be different, or songs that will come different, in a different way. So that was also something that I noticed, that it was literally the day before that we were sitting together, and like I created a big part of the set, but then there was your input with a few things, and so we talked about the highlight of the tour. But were there like small moments that you remember, that you wanted to share?
I loved Antwerp. The city itself, I mean.
Ah, yes. You were really surprised about it.
Yeah, because yes, of course, every dance, every concert, everything that we did was different and super intense, and in another way intense. Like the sizes of the groups as well.
When we were playing in Breda.
This time.
Yes. It reminds me in the tour that there was an event on top. Like it's like a big, not house, but like an event location. And there was an event on top, and it was like this, we call this Charleston, like this 20s, 30s vibes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that moment where, like, because we were talking about the end of the dance and the live, that we started, like, we were super, like, even, it's like a sad vibe, and then when we stopped one song, there was like this that you heard, and we just picked up on it, and yeah, and then we sang like a similar vibe song, and it was just, yeah, I really loved it. Just adapt to what is there, and just, we don't have to take it so serious.
No, yeah. And it's really like, what one of my teachers said, or is always saying, she's saying that in German, das ganze Leben ist eine Aufstellung. So the whole life is a constellation. She's teaching constellation work. So like everything that's happening in your life is some kind of constellation. You can see yourself all the time in a constellation. Everything is representing something. Mm-hmm. And then we can just take that and look at that and implement it. Like we did actually in the ending. Yeah. Because why does it always have to end like sad or soft, or I don't know, in that moment it was needed then to be a bit like...
Yeah, we never did that, that's so funny.
No, that was really...
Because our style is more like the soft and emotional...
Yeah. But that was really, in the moment, it had to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very challenging even.
Yeah.
For me, yes, to come really out of myself and go out of the usual structure that we have and just really pick up on it, and then being scared that they are not gonna pick up on it. So just me, because we're standing there in the middle, and they were, I think they were lying or sitting.
All looking.
And looking, okay, what now? Yeah. And then to have this like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it and just gonna do it and pick up on this, and then yeah.
3 workshops that we did in the festival, the one that I was the most stressed of, the intuitive voice workshop, that was actually super chill and so much fun.
That was
and
really a lot of fun.
Because we only did it once before, and just I really enjoyed it, and there was less stress. And then the sound journey, which we did already a lot of times, was for me the most stressful, the most intense. I was really drained after the sound journey. I think, went to the room immediately and I didn't come out anymore, I think. Or it was very, very intense, I remember. What I also loved is the moment in Antwerp, the last day, where you really took care of yourself. So you saved completely your energy, so you're really exhausted and you saved your energy. And we just really worked together. I really loved how we worked together, like what we said, like you completely taking care of your being without any leaking of energy and I was taking care of the build-up and the setting up and even during the performance, you were really like, when you were not singing, you were really like going behind the scenes, backstage kind of.
I was lying on the floor.
And then when you were about to sing, suddenly you came out and you were sitting there and like boom, and I was even surprised with knowing how much or how less energy you had. Like you were just coming out and just standing there and singing, and I just love to share this because a lot of people don't realize this maybe when they're there, or they're like, but this was such a strong learning and such a strong moment for us, like having this balance together and you seeing they're coming on stage, and then I don't know if you saw me, but I was really looking at you like, where is this coming from?
Yeah, knowing how I felt the whole day, actually, I thought I'm not gonna make it.
No.
Because I started already to get sick on that day.
Yeah.
And then I just decided to still do it.
Yeah.
I was also surprised.
Yeah. But then after, of course, because then after we drove 2 days as well back to Vienna.
Came the drop, yes.
And there was the drop, yeah.
What was your biggest learning from this tour?
My biggest learning was actually that I have to take care more of my energy than I thought. Like to not get drained, exhausted, because I have the tendency to always continue and always go, and as manifestor generator, like to go and I have the idea of like I will rest after. But during this tour I was more aware of where is my limit. And I think without knowing even I crossed it a bit. It's actually thanks to you. Maybe you would like to explain a bit later about how it was for you as a projector. Like that I learned from you that it's that I should take care more of my own time. Because I think I don't need much time on my own, or it's fine, and I just let myself go with the flow kind of thing. But because I noticed it at the festival that we were not attending much workshops, or it was also because, of course, we had 3 workshops ourselves. So you really want to just fully save your energy. But there I realized like how much I need to take care of these things and how much I feel, or I have to tune into myself, what to do in every moment. When after the concert, for example, when people come and talk, do I really want this? And so this part was like really more and more gets more and more attention. to be aware of what is going on, yes. And where do I really step back, and where do I come in the front, and am I there with my full presence? So this was for me the biggest learning, and it's still a learning process. It's just like the importance came up very strongly during the tour, because it was like almost a month we were on the way. So yeah, it's we had 3 days of own space, like not being with someone else. So yeah. And where did you meet yourself? What is your biggest learning?
It's hard for me to grasp it because it's so big. My learning. It feels like so I've been doing so much processing work and everything, like the whole last year, 2025, and now it's 2026, and from the first day, the whole January was like 1 year of learning or processing, or I don't know, like actually of learning. So that's how intense it was. What was my learning? That I don't have to do everything the same way like others would do it, because I have a different system and it doesn't work for me. I actually go against my natural flow or my natural way of being if I push or if I follow the rhythms of others or the rhythms of most of humanity, which is
my rhythm maybe now.
Yeah.
In this,
yeah,
because we're doing it together.
yeah.
So you're saying that the rhythm of the tour was too fast, too intense, or?
It's really hard to explain it or to name it, but it was just not my rhythm as a projector, and I've been like looking at what is really going on inside of me during that tour. So this was my biggest learning, how I function and how I don't function. And I didn't function there. Or it wasn't working for me like we did it. So that was actually it. I just need to respect my own pace and my own way of being, and that it will not do you or me any good if I follow, in this case, your rhythm as a generator, as a like we have to push it through, and so that's not working for me. Because I was completely exhausted, and during and after, and I got sick after, and that's what was showing me. Actually, my body was never against me. It was just showing me what is not my way.
It was showing by you getting sick.
Yeah.
At the end of the tour, yes.
Yeah. And me getting sick all my life, like in big periods of stress or having to perform, or I was constantly getting infections or these things, and I'm just now starting to understand why and what is actually my way of being. So I'm just getting to know my way of functioning in this world.
Yeah, it's really, really nice, this insight that you got by just having the tour. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very challenging now, but yeah, it's a way of recognizing myself just even better. And what is now for me the challenge is how to function, how then if this is not how it works for me, what works for me then? This is now the topic of the year. I feel that now, for me.
Yeah, because as artists together, as a couple, and doing this together, having different pace, it's indeed looking for another structure, another shape, what we're trying to find out now. Would you love to share maybe already a bit like how it would work for you, and where is your power?
Where is my power? This is actually the second learning that I had during that tour. And it started, it was from the start of the tour that I understood that about me. And it was through a good friend of mine, of ours actually, that she gave me this realization of myself on the first day of our tour. And then I took this as an intention for the tour. So it is, my presence is enough. I don't have to do anything. I just have to be fully present. And this is enough. So I don't have to push myself to do things or to make people like feel something, or I have to sing now these songs or like this to make them really, to give a transmission, or because the topic why I was talking about it with her was that I was always feeling super exhausted after a concert or something. It was really a crash because I was just like giving too much or forcing too much. Whereas then she gave me this insight, and I took it as my presence is enough. I don't have to prove myself. I don't have to prove that I'm now a voice channel or anything, or I don't have to prove that I have to have 1.5 hours of singing and all the time something has to come through, or I don't know. I just have to be there. And then naturally I will transmit, actually for the most part, through my presence and my voice. But my presence is enough in a way. So I don't have to overuse my voice, actually. I don't have to overuse my voice to reach something in another person, or to touch something in them. It's really about mostly my presence. So, and then I took this, and I had that intention throughout this whole tour, and it was so much easier for me to perform. And it was really like every time right before the performance, I was like, I don't have to do anything, I just have to be present. And then it was going very easy. So the performances as themselves were very easy for me, and very fun, and very, very natural, and very powerful. They were really powerful. I found myself more powerful also in transmitting than through my voice. Yeah. Then just everything around was a challenge for me because of what I shared before, with me being overwhelmed and yeah, not in my rhythm.
So when you talk about your rhythm, what do you mean by that? What was not, because we didn't talk about it so much, like, so you were in your power during the events or during the dances, but around was overwhelming for you. Why was that?
Because I am someone who is very open, and I need a lot of space for myself, and I need a lot of rest and time for myself, and time to be with myself and to ground in myself. And when I'm constantly around people and in places that I don't know, where I don't have my safe space, every few days moving to another friend's couch, let's say.
We're not sleeping on a couch.
No, but we
yes,
were sleeping in different
locations.
and it was not my safe space. It didn't feel my safe. I didn't feel like I had a safe space for myself. And yeah, this is the thing that's most exhausting for me, and also the traveling. It's like my whole nervous system is going on overdrive all the time, and I have no place where I can relax fully. And just to admit that to myself, like, okay, I'm not capable of doing these things like other people do. I need
But then specifically the way we did it. So touring, staying here, staying there, not having your own spot.
Yes. Yeah. So just admitting that, okay, it's most important for me to be in a safe space. I need then to rent an apartment, or I don't know, I have to have a stable point from where I can then travel a little bit here and there, but always have my own space and not stay with a million people on the way.
Yeah, so we were talking about different views and solutions for the difference in our pace, and one thing actually really resonates with is, for example, in summer we play in France, Ecstatic Dance Gathering in France, and you will just take the flight to there and then have the 3-4 days festival and then take the flight back to Vienna. So this is in this moment our base, Vienna. And I will come with the car.
Oh yeah?
Take our stuff.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I don't know if we're sure about that
No,
yet.
we don't know if we're sure about it. But we're talking about thinking out of the box and thinking out of how it can work. And I did ecstatic dance, for example, alone before. So even on the way, because I was already doing that like usual, like, okay, we're going to France, so we're gonna play in Switzerland.
You were going already into the planning of the next tour.
Yeah. So and then now
No.
And now you were like, no, so we don't do that anymore in this way. So then it can be a solution that you go by airplane and I just go and I play alone in a few places. And then I take all the stuff with us, and then we have a car as well at the festival. And yeah.
I'm more interested about how does that make you feel than about discussing now how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it make you feel that we can't tour like this anymore?
I had a bit of a bummer in the beginning, so it was. Yeah, thank you for asking this question actually, because it's interesting. For me it was a bummer because it's something that I want, and at the same time I learned that I have to watch my own pace and watch my own energy levels, but my mind is like this, it's like, and in this way we will get more connections, in this way we will get more bookings.
My system is like, no.
Yes.
No, this is not my way.
So this is where the difference is, and this is why it's super important to talk about and to communicate how you feel and how I feel about it. And this is like, this energy of and being on the road, I love it. Also the idea that I would drive alone, it really relaxes me as well.
Oh yeah?
Yes. I like it. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, but wait, I want to do this together. That's also a very strong idea because I want to do this together because of the extra thing that we bring now into the ecstatic dance scene or into the world. And it doesn't feel the same for me when I play alone anymore. So I can still do that, but just it doesn't feel the same anymore for me because of our combination, our grow together as a couple, and as well what we bring the musical wise. So it feels like almost like taking a step back. So this is actually the feeling I had when you shared this. Like I feel like, oh, I have to take a step back because I'm like this, and then like okay. So that was the first feeling. I just very clearly know what I want, and now it's just finding like a balance in between where I'm happy and you're happy, but I still see it as possible because you were saying like let's talk about how you feel, but I also want to talk about what is a good solution, and that gives peace in my mind as well. Is November, for example, we have a booking in close to Amsterdam, and that we just really stayed there for 1 month in our own space in Amsterdam, and we drive then from there to Rotterdam to I don't remember, like, or Amsterdam itself, and in this way I am also satisfied because we're playing in different places, and you're satisfied because it's like you have your own spot. We don't have to put everything full. We can just stay for 1 month there, and then we play 4 or 5 times max or something, you know. So, I mean, I just wanted to share that there are definitely ideas, even when there was a feeling I had in the beginning as well, when this came clear, the feeling of like, oh my God, how can we do this? Because how can this work? Because of this different vision and pace, and it's like, I want to stop pulling you because it's dragging you down, and you can't pull me towards you as well, because then it feels for me like my fire or my will also.
Oh, you have to stay in your own
yes,
pace.
but
as
how
well.
we're doing this together. So that was my first feeling. I was like, oh my God, how are we gonna do this? And this is also something that I learned now, is that just take your time. There's no rush. There's no rush for anything to do in this exact moment. This gives me also peace, like being in a situation where we are comfortable, where we can rest, where we can take our time to really feel what we want, and as individuals, but also as a couple and as artists together. So, yeah.
What is for me actually hard to admit, or maybe it's even harsh when I say it, or I'm scared that I will be judged when I say it, but for me it is, it feels clear where I feel I would perform again and where not.
Mm-hmm.
Because of me learning about myself, about being a projector and not being able po prostu. Don't know why a Polish word came in.
Because you're half Polish.
Yeah. Me just not being able to anymore to go everywhere and perform everywhere, like in this performance energy like you have. That I really need to select my performances. And it's actually, I can compare it to my performance itself. Sometimes it's just a few seconds that are so intense, or a few minutes where I channel that are so intense, that are the most important thing that I need to bring. So, and in this way also, I need to shape my way of touring. That where do I feel is my invitation? Where do I feel I make the most impact? Because my impact is not this consistent push. My impact is like very, very sharp, intense, on point, and then and very deep, and then a lot of space around that. So
It's nicely explained, yes.
Yeah, that's how I see it now. And
That's the
then
difference.
I have to now feel into where I will put these very intense points of impact that I can give to people. And in the same way, yeah, I feel a bit like people are gonna judge me, but why is she not gonna come there, or why is she thinking there's the impact is more important, or I don't know. I don't think I can do it with my mind, the selection even.
No, it's just a feeling.
It's
and
just a
dropping in,
feeling.
checking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nicely explained. Also, our combination, you're short and super deep. And for me as well, I'm more like the DJ set is also like 1 hour and a half. And like this is like this whole journey. And you're like
Yeah.
in the beginning and the end. Yeah. Actually, a nice combination.
It's a very nice combination. For in the beginning, we were like, how are we going to work together? But this is actually our power if we both stay true to ourselves.
Yeah.
For me, the most important thing is actually that I feel now seen. And that it's okay that I don't follow up with your tempo, or I really need my tempo, and it's okay. And that you see that. And I see that because I myself didn't see that until now, actually. I was always like, what is wrong with me? I can't keep up like everyone else. Can't perform like everyone else. Like I'm wrong, my body is wrong, and but just to be seen in this.
Yeah, it took me a bit to allow this. That I see you in this. Because there's like this little in the back of my head that is like, yeah, but maybe. But this is but. Like, but maybe. I can convince her. No, yeah, almost this, but you know, like, yeah. So it took some time to really fully accept this.
And I'm really curious how it will develop this year. When I stay really true to myself, to my own pace and my needs, because these are our needs.
Yeah.
How this dynamic will